yeah, so he kept telling me, you know, I'll bring the belt by your house. And I'll run back. I'm from Buffalo, so I run back to Buffalo from Rochester. It's not only an hour drive a lot.
Okay.
He's supposed to be in between us and Batavia, somewhere in there. I said, well, just let me know where you're at, and I'll catch up with you, and I'll grab the belt from you. They got it delivered. I'll pick it up. I run between Buffalo and Rochester 2-3 times a week. Every time, it's a new excuse. I'm in the hospital. He actually said he was in the hospital in North Carolina to grass. I went to the hospital, and they had no record of him there. I was in town. So, I wound up chasing him down to Fox Prowl. I'm not, Mike wasn't the only one that chased him down. I chased him down with intentions, too. Paid the $70 to get in. He only had half my cash. He told me he either had to meet the belt or the cash. And when I got to Fox Prowl, he told me he got the wrong belt in the mail. He told us Friday when we got there Friday night, and he came back Saturday.
So, did you wind up getting any money from him?
I got all my money back, and I took merchandise to make sure it covered the $70 it cost me and my wife to get in there. Only 2 of the items were certified, but he ran his mouth afterwards. He tried ducking around the hotel the whole day because he was like, I'll have your money in a little bit. A mutual friend of ours had come up there from Rochester, and he let me know. He was like, yo, go get your money because I just dropped 80 at his table. So I told him, I said, I even tried to make it like, he was talking fast. He was like, okay, I'm going to give you all your money, and then I'm going to eat the cost on the belt for your problems. And I'm a dick. I'm not that much of a dick, though. I said, no, you know what? Give me the world title at 120. You keep the 120. I'll be back tomorrow. Just have the goddamn belt. I came back up Saturday. No belt. So that's when I took my money, went to the table, got some pictures to take home, and then I had a beer with Jim in the bar, and then left. I was at the ESW show when he did that storm. So that was another.
So you know what happened with Storm?
He didn't pay the Storm his cut of the share that he was supposed to pay for Storm there. And me personally talking with James, he had said he had came across pictures that Matt had with his signature on it that wasn't his signature. And that when he confronted Matt about it, Matt said, yes, it is your signature, and it pissed him off. And this was before the show had started. By intermission, Matt had packed up. He thought he was going to sneak out, but everybody from upstate already knew what he was doing, and half of those guys are doing the show at the ESW. So then there was no way he was getting out of the building. We had it on lockdown. He did all kinds of talking. He went to extremes. Same thing, blaming PayPal. Nobody has a problem with PayPal, but he's got a problem with them. They drove him to the ATM. Nope. Drove him back to the shop. Finally, Tequila called the cops, and basically they worked out a deal, I think, where owner ESW paid the cash, and they got Matt's merchandise.
Yeah, that's what I heard. The owner was supposed to be on the show, but he had to go to work, so.
And finally James Storm just turned around, after the cops walked out, just looked at me and another buddy and was like, good thing I'm cowboy rich, But you could just see that he was disgusted, and I tried to let him know, this ain't how it usually goes up here. He's not the guy that everybody here goes through. My buddy Darren is, and he has a pretty good name with guys like Dreamer, he brought in Jarrett, and a lot of big names, Steiner, and Rhino. He started, this is when I got the bad vibe about him. He started bad-mouthing that guy when Tito was up here, and I was like, look, man, you're bad-mouthing the wrong dude. Why don't you like this guy? He couldn't say nothing, so I told him, shut up. You don't even know the dude, you're bad-mouthing him. I know the guy, he's a pretty good guy.
Well, that's
if you ain't got something specific
your defense
to say about him,
mechanism
don't
kicks
say
in. You start bad-mouthing people when you know you're wrong. So,
we weren't even pissed he didn't have the belt. My girl was still, I was pissed. But my wife was like, no, let it go. They'll bring it to us. We had our nephews up from Buffalo for the show, to meet Tito. Like I said, my wife was the doctor for the show, so they got a kick out of hanging out in the locker room with the boys and getting pictures taken with Tito in the locker room and stuff, Yeah. So it was basically my birthday, actually. It was that weekend. So me and my nephews were just putting one on and hanging out. It was when he started bad-mouthing Darren that I was like, hold up. And my nephew came out of the locker room and was like, that dude's sketch. I said, really? He goes, yep. I said, well, he just gave me $300 for a belt. And no belt, the whole headache of having to drive to Batavia, chase him down. And then he gets, he doesn't say anything. He knows I came there with bad intentions.
Did you go to the Batavia
and
show?
Then all of a, huh?
Did you go to the Batavia show?
Yeah. I hung out in that little side room you guys were in quite a lot, me and my wife. Coming in and out, waiting on Matt to give us our money.
I was at that show. I don't. Did I talk to you?
You might have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. No, I was just talking to a lot of people that weekend, but a lot of negativity out of that.
Yep.
It's
and after
crazy,
the
Mike,
ESW storm, he got on Facebook and ran his mouth about everybody.
I just got a text from somebody. I won't mention his name, but they said that belt that you bought never even existed. So he was
really. So he sent us pictures of something that never existed.
Oh yeah, he might have.
Wow.
He might have had a belt that might have been like somebody selling, and he thought he could make a quick buck off you. And once you guys didn't pay him up front, he didn't have money to pay for it. I don't know, but who knows? But that's a text I just got. Somebody must be listening and told me about it.
Wow. Because he sent us two pictures. One of the spinner belt for Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Signed by Edge, I mean. And then the other belt, not the spinner belt, signed by Randy Orton. And that's the one we told him we buy. And I talked to my buddy. He was like, for $300, that's a good deal. The belt alone's $300 with Orton's autograph. It's a good buy. So, she went ahead and gave him the cash for it. Then it was up goose from there, because he gave her the sob story. He couldn't pay Tito because he paid for the belt that he had gotten for us.
Well, Mike, I do appreciate you giving us a call in. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That type
it's
of
my own fault
type
for
of
letting
person.
her go ahead and give him the cash.
So, I just, we're hoping down the road you learn product first, money second.
Oh, I knew that first day. I told her first day. I let her learn it that way.
All right, Mike.
And just because he's in the building, it don't mean he's with the team that's in the building.
Exactly. I appreciate the call, Mike.
Yep, you guys have a good night.
You too. Take care. Buddy. All right, another disgruntled customer.
Isn't that crazy, though? Somebody just texted me and said that belt never existed, and this person is quite close with them.
And I believe it.
And it's crazy that his friends, their so-called friends that he's tight with, are texting me, telling me...
Because they don't want to be guilty by association. Mm-hmm. They don't want to be pulled down that rabbit hole.
Right, and the next people that we're going to be calling is his buddy Randall, who is more of a silent kind of partner of his.
Hope he's not a financial contributor of the partnership.
I'm not really sure. He did a lot of the driving for Matt, and he's actually with Matt's ex-girlfriend.
Right now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, is this Jessica?
What's up?
Jessica, hi, this is Kevin. I'm from Damage 365 Radio. I'm along with Dave Mooch from MZ Promotions. We got a text from you and that you and Randall wanted to speak about the Matt Triosi situation.
Yeah.
What's up, Jess? How you doing? Jess, you there?
We were just listening to the show.
Okay, well, turn it down because there's going to be a delay. You're gonna hear yourself about 15 seconds after you're talking. So.
Okay. But yeah, that belt never existed.
It never did, huh?
No, and he had pictures on his phone of a belt, but I've never seen it, and I've been through all this stuff.
Wow. Just so everybody knows, this is Jessica, his ex-girlfriend, who I happen to know, I met personally in Albany, right? When we did that.
Yep, in Albany with Larry Zbyszko.
Larry Zbyszko, right? When we did that signing in the mall that time. So, I know Jessica and I know Matt for a while. And, I guess they've been broken up for a little while because Matt's like engaged and whatever now.
Engaged in tequila.
For 3 weeks?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Awkward. So, Jess, so why don't you start from where we could start and let us know, really, deep down what happened.
Well, I met Matt. He was in a rough spot. He had no business when I met him. I allowed him to come live with me and my 2 kids with his daughters in my house, free. I gave him $800 in August to start up his business for his birthday gift. And after that, I just felt like things started going downhill. He was keeping stuff from me. I noticed that he started messing with friends around, using them. And then I heard him talk about you, Dave, and how he was trying to use you. So my feelings towards him kind of went downhill. I noticed that he was taking money from people, telling people that things cost a certain amount, so he had to pay little to none for this.
That's typical scum. That's very common in his business, though. So basically, his business started in August, and it already got shut down. Here we are in what? December. Like 6 months, right?
That's what happens when you know, Eddie Guerrero's gimmick was lie, cheat, and steal, but you know, it was a gimmick.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be used as a business motto.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, what other dirty stories can you tell us about him? We just want people to be aware.
This guy Mike A-Ring or something like that. I think he used to work for Nickelodeon or some kind of TV show. I know he was trying to help Matt out with advertising and making little flyers for Facebook for him. Matt would never pay him. Didn't like what he put. And I guess he sent him some merchandise that I never saw unless it was stuff that he was telling me that he got from other people. But other than that, that's this guy he screwed over.
Interesting.
Yeah, we just spoke to Mike on the radio.
He pretty much said what you said. He was paying him at the beginning, then he started can't afford the full amount, so he was going to send him partial payments, and then that stopped, and then the merchandise was supposed to get sent back, and it never got sent back, and you know, then it was all downhill from that. Yeah, it seems to be a common thread. The PayPal's not working. The post office is screwing them over. And no
yeah, PayPal was my fault.
It was your fault?
He blamed it on me because he was attached to my bank account because he doesn't have a bank account of his own. Now, I had $1,000 that I didn't want to go missing, so I took him off, and I guess it froze his account. So he told everyone that I...
When he was sending PayPal, it was coming out of your account?
It was.
Oh, nice. So not only was he ripping other people off, he was fake PayPaling money to people and probably just putting the money in his pocket from your account.
Wait, yeah. Jessica, let me ask you this question.
Nice.
He sent me a PayPal for the rest of the money that he owed Earl. What he is the name that it came up was like 3 Seasons Landscaping or something like that.
3 Seasons is his stepfather's. I believe he made his stepfather's account negative from what I heard.
Oh, yeah, because it didn't come from him, so I knew that it was something.
Yeah.
There's just so much.
In order for his PayPal to get back working, he needed a bank account, and he probably got to his stepdad.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's getting better and better.
You could just see what a nice gentleman this guy is, you know?
I don't know.